Yeah. Are we being taken to Mephistopheles?
Ooh, that's a good point. We can cut there really quick. Um, you are so yeah, like I said, it's kind of like this Christmas wonderland. Um, and there is a uh, this massive, as I said, it's like a cottage, like a mountain cottage, um, and snow is falling down heavily. It's freezing. It's beyond cold, but there's still this cheeriness. There's like a uh, what are they called? Those like fat gross devils, you know.
Hold on. Is Mephistopheles Santa
Oh,
Claus?
I
I
know
am
what you mean, but I can't remember what they're called.
I am not answering any questions about that. Um, so the door opens and there is a rail thin man with white hair and a pointy little like chin beard. Um, he is wearing red, okay, um, and but it's like this incredibly furry outfit. It kind of looks like he skinned a monster that was like you know Clifford the Big Red Dog kind of sized, but extra fluffy.
Ooh,
Or
sad.
maybe Animal from the Muppets, something really like fuzzy. Um,
Santa Claus, you really need to, like, I know you were all excited about your no cookies diet, but, like, come on, you're wasting away.
and he looks at all of or the three of you. He says, "Oh, Malice, it's been what 600, seven, somewhere in there. Um, Wait, it can't have been that long, because I know you." He looks at you, Ed. He says, "I've been watching you. I know that you're one of Asmodeus's agents, aren't you?"
That I am.
He peers into your mind, and is extracting information. You can resist, but I don't know if you'd be able to. Um,
I'm not. I'm just gonna be like, yeah, okay, I'm kind of an open book.
all right, what are you here for? Like, because now you kind of have to answer me honestly, because he's just pulling it out of your head.
Well, I am a simple man of simple needs, and what I kind of want at this current point in time is your companion here.
You want Malice? She says, "Excuse me, I can talk for myself." What are you trying to say?
Well, I'm in need of some assistance. You can tell that my party isn't exactly very fond of me making deals with demons. So
Sure.
having some leverage and
Hold
some
on, they're called
reinforcements
devils.
would be
They're-
extremely helpful in my situation. So what I'm proposing is that you give me uh, the ability to summon Malice at will, and I'll give you the Birdman.
She says,
Shit.
"Wait, what?" He kind of like tilts his head and he thinks for a moment and he's like, guy's got a point. I mean, somebody that has switched sides before. Yeah, okay. He takes like an ornament off of the tree next to him and he kind of tosses it up in the air and he throws it like directly at Malice, and it kind of like shatters against her armor, and then it kind of like the pieces kind of like are floating through the air in slow motion and they kind of suck back together into this Christmas ornament. And he just like floats it through the air back over to his hand and like inspects it and then kind of tosses it to you, Ed. He says, "That should work once a day for about 10 minutes at a time."
Sweet.
Yeah.
And by the way, this bird that I'm trading, this
Yeah.
is the Floopdoogle.
Wait, you are giving me the bird?
Yeah.
You're gonna flip the bird to me?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I would also be willing if it's not pushing too much, like maybe a. 1 second while I look it up. Like maybe an Aranese. That would also be useful.
That's probably pushing it. He says, look, I don't yet know you, Ed. I know that for some reason we all seem connected to you, even though you can't seem to control your emotions. Oh, I see. That's why. You should really consider whether you want to trade power for a loss of autonomy. He points to your armor. He says,
well, I actually kind of like the randomness. It's very interesting.
Oh, when we take
going every day, not knowing who you are, it's a good way to write a good story.
I mean,
maybe make it a couple of poems, a little tune.
All we are is, our personality. That's our very being. It's very interesting because I'm just gonna go off on a tangent here, but in this world, there are people, and the camera kind of cuts to, like the face of Alarad laughing with all of you in school. There are people that, make small mistakes, but sometimes there are people that are irredeemable. And then the camera cuts over to Mimi, people that are just going to be who they are for the rest of their lives. And the camera cuts over to Laura. But some people can change. And you seem to be able to change every day. But
my heart is broken. Sorry.
And, but you've taken away your ability to consciously change, and you're just letting it happen. You don't seem to care. Is that any different than a friend taking drugs and it kind of pans over to Declan again, or a friend not taking responsibility when he has, the most wisdom to lead, and it cuts over to Maeve, or someone that is growing up a little too fast, and then it cuts over to Many, or maybe someone that is foolhardy and should have just been a doctor or something like that. He kind of shrugs. Anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say here. But you've taken away that option. I just think you should weigh it carefully, is all.
I have weighed my life in only two things are true in this world. There is suffering and there is art. And the two are intertwined. You can't have art without suffering. That is why I'm willing to put others through so much suffering to make such beautiful art. So yes, I'll basically do anything that gives me power to make others suffer.
Well, the problem right now, as I see it, is that your powers are going to leave you, because there's no way that Asmodeus doesn't know that you're here. In fact, it's guaranteed. Now, you can try to convince him that, this was just you trying to trick me, and the Christmas ornament disappears out of your hand. But you're not going to get anything from me without something back. The bird's fine, but I'd rather have another servant on my side. Malice isn't going to grow beyond where she is. She's going to stay just as powerful and just as,
You're cutting out real bad.
Okay, she's going to stay just the way she is what I'm trying to say. You're going to change. You can't help it at this point. But I think you should change alignment, and not just your attitude, but you should align with me. You should decide to stay in my service instead of Asmodeus.
And what benefit would I get from betraying our Dark Lord for you?
I mean, he's not going to stay in charge forever. You know that things change just because he's ruled for thousands of years. In the big scope, where you want to head, which is immortal life and eternal power, that's nothing Come on. And look, I'm not... I mean, I know you've got this whole suffering edgelord thing going on. I just want people to be happy. I genuinely do. He looks around. I believe people can change. I've made people change. You forcing yourself to change too. But I think that the change can come from within. That's what I did for myself. I think you should make the same choice. We can do this together. You want to
Again,
be...
my question still stands. I would only do it if you gave me some form of power in exchange.
Well, you know, I guess if all you're looking for is power and not for the right leadership, then you're really going to have a hard time out there. Then he kind of shrugs and he says, I'm sorry, I've got nothing to offer you. Sometimes things, you know, religion is all about faith, right? Doesn't seem like you have any. Yeah, cut to
Nope.
Siebold. Sorry. Because Siebold's sitting there, like, flying on the back of this dragon, like, into the night. And he doesn't say anything. It's just kind of sad music. Keep going! What do you have to say, Ed? Sorry, I kind of cut you off.
Yeah, religion's fine and all, but, you know, I'm gonna just, you know, take the talisman, say goodbye. I'm just gonna go back to Asmodeus.
Okay, you're taking his Christmas ornament out of his hand because he teleported it back into his hand.
Was the Christmas ornament like... Ah, crap. Her... talisman?
Yeah, it's a Pokeball that
Devil?
contains malice right at the moment.
Ah. Yeah. The only thing that I need is that, but I'm willing to trade the bird for it.
Ben, do you have any reaction to this?
He's not really much into religion, despite being a cleric. Monk.
I mean, he says, well, what do you say, Ben? I've got some hot pie inside.
Can you teach me how to shoot fire from my fist?
Probably.
Should ask him about sticks. What if he doesn't have any sticks to give you?
I thought there were Christmas trees in here.
Oh, there's plenty of sticks, yeah.
That's a lot of stick.
Yeah.
I could shoot fire from my fist.
Yeah, we're good. I got you. He, like, sticks his fist out to bump it.
Yeah, I could do that.
All right. See you, loser, and he kind of tosses you the Christmas ornament, and you're standing outside alone. All the tiny imp children have left, and Ben and Ed go inside to find some pie. You are in Cania still. How do you imagine you get out of Cania? We should talk about how these things work. Because you don't have magic to do like planar shift or anything like that yet.
Well, I do have this Pokeball
That is true.
that has a demon in it.
That is true, you do.
Got a devil in it.
All right, you kind of like smash it, and you know, Malice comes out, and she's like, she looks at you with this like vacant expression. She's like, "Hello there. How can I help you?"
Yeah, can you take me into the realm of Asmodeus?
Of course. And you both light on fire. And chains drag you down. There's like these screaming noises. Ah! And we're gonna cut away. Ben, the pie is delicious. It is... We're back to Hames. Maeve, are you back?
Yes?
Oh, okay. I don't know if you heard, because before I was addressing you.
I never left, I don't think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there was a bit at the beginning, like right after the break, where he was giving you some exposition, but
Yeah, and that's why I
then we
cut to
switched
Ed
over to
instead.
Ben and Ed.
Yeah. Anyway, the exposition was that she's sitting there and she's staring politely, kind of like pushing off some messy food and blood stains on the table. And Maeve, you
Our
feel...
fighter's having a temper tantrum in the other room.
Yep. And there is a, you feel like a pulsing, like, sensation in your pocket or your backpack. That, like, thump-thump, thump-thump, thump-thump.
Oh geez, things got all weird. Friends betrayed us, and there's this strange lady who claims to know me, and now my backpack is thumping. Is the thumping audible, or is it just something I feel?
I think...
I mean, I obviously know what's thumping.
You
but,
can hear it, but nobody else seems to be reacting to it.
Oh, cool.
I can't hear it as a bear.
We had Growl and Poe in here.
Yeah, I think it's more of that situation. Sorry, my cat is doing a thing.
Kitty wants to live.
Kitty out. Okay, anyway. So she's kind of waiting. She says, well, it seems like you had something you wanted to say.
Yeah. Who are you? How do you know me?
She says, I'm sorry. No, that's the most important question to answer right away. I am...
Actually, wait, more important. I guess there is a more important question. Are you on our side? How can we trust you?
I guarantee you that I am on your side.
That's what I thought about the bird, but now he's gone.
Well...
And the Seabolt man.
The Seabolt man? Look, I don't know what the deal with your friends are. She looks over at the elf and says, you know, it looks like you got into some trouble there, but, let me just start from the beginning. I'm our Dragon Hames. I knew your great-grandfather a long time ago. We were acquainted. She kind of says, you know, without much explanation, she says, I've been working here for a while with the Thayans. You know, I think that you kind of rushed in here trying to fight evil and stop problems without kind of like discussing, you know, with us what we were doing, trying to find out more information, you know. I think it was kind of unfair to judge us so quickly.
Can I cut her off?
Yeah, sure.
When she says it's unfair to judge us so quickly, I unhook a satchel from my back and throw it to her on the table. It's full of half of the Witchfire draft that the... It was full of half of the doses of Witchfire draft that the Zentarum Patrol was carrying to the town originally, that I stuffed in the tree and grabbed on the way here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she says, yes, that's what we do here. We make this miracle of life.
And he'll just like stamp the ground and snort in her direction.
Anyway, look, I'm not a bad person, okay? This is just business. We're trying to make the world a better place.
How is making people sick making the world better? That doesn't make sense.
I mean, the thing is, we just, you know, we're trying to ramp up production, you know, so that people, you know, will live healthier lives overall. I mean, people, while they're on it, feel great all the time. You know, people that are sick or hurt don't feel that way.
I mean, Declan's completely dumbfounded. He doesn't know how to respond to her.
Okay. Yeah, she
Penny
says.
is fuming.
Anyway, Maeve, dear,
Maeve's gonna cling to Minnie's fur.
she says, like, you can trust me. She says, I know all about your parents and how terrible that was, and when they left, you know, it was because Alarad was, you know, trying to get them away from me, but I'm not a bad person. You know, he was misinformed, and you know you can't trust him.
That's definitely true. Alarad was apparently a bad person.
That's right. It's hard to know who to trust. I don't expect you to trust me, but I'm just saying, what do you want here? Like, what's the goal? Are you just gonna kill me and everybody else who's in here and avoid, you know, trying to solve the bigger issue?
Isn't the bigger issue that there's an evil person?
There's, like, what evil person?
There's and then she's gonna struggle with pronouncing Acererak.
I mean, look, that whole thing, the Acererak, that's the sort of thing that you have to just deal with by placating it. You know, like gods like Auril and Umberly, gods that, you know, destroy people unless they get worshipped. This is what we're dealing with here. It's just us making an offering. And we're trying to balance out the good of the people with trying to prevent this lich god from destroying all of Thay.
Wait, he's gonna destroy Thay?
Yeah, I mean, if we can't get him enough magical essence to do whatever he's doing, I mean, there's only one place with enough arcane energy, and that's Thay. So if I fail, he's gonna kill a bunch of people, and they're not all, you know, wizards throwing around fireballs. A lot of them are just normal people that are wizards.
What, so fuck this world to save your own? Is that it?
I mean, wouldn't you do the same thing for the people you care about?
She's not gonna admit it, but Maeve is a little bit swayed by this argument.
You have no idea what I'm capable of.
Yeah, I'm just saying I can tell you're the type of person that would burn a village down to save one person that you love.
Where do you make this shit? Where does it come from?
We make it here. Make an insight check. Did it roll? Because my roll 20 is having a bad time.
It's a 3.
Okay, we'll see if my chat actually updates, because I was getting errors in roll 20. I don't want to refresh. I think I have to though.
You have to.
All right. Hold on, I'm refreshing. But anyway, she seems to have this like implacable face. And she says, I just can't say. But you're free to walk around. I'm not going to attack you unless I'm attacked, but you know, everyone else here is on guard and ready for you. There's not really much of the complex left. You've seen most everything there is here.
You seem to be in a hurry to go that way. What's over there?
I mean, that's where I came from, right? So it's just my It's kind of where my post is.
Don't be fucking cute. What's behind the door?
There's my boss's office. She says.
And who is that?
If you're a powerful wizard, why aren't you the boss?
I'm not a powerful wizard. No, that's my brother you're thinking of. My brother Alarad.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, the bowstring gets a lot tighter.
Bum,
Jesus.
bum, bum.
I mean, I'm a human. Well, I'm a human. And she smiles and she says, Alarad is not. We're barely related. It's, one of those things.
Does she smell like they're barely related?
I mean, she smells like the human parts of Alarad. Elves kind of have that, lavender smell, which she lacks.
So Declan smells like lavender.
I don't know what Declan smells like. Probably like cedar.
Oh, that's very nice. Oh, he's
Sandalwood.
Oh, it's
Presumably
lovely.
Declan smells like sweat and blood.
I don't think elves smell sweaty. I never think of an elf with BO.
They're like pigs that just don't have sweat glands.
Yeah.
They gotta roll in the mud if they get
Or
too hot.
dogs. I mean, hold on. Before we jump to pig.